Welcome to Dig Deep, the mining podcast. In this podcast, we go deep into mining news, hot topics, and live interviews with mining professionals and leading figures in the mining industry. Introducing your host, Rob Tyson, founder and director of Mining International and Mining International Executive, a leading global mining recruitment and headhunting agency.
Hi, mining community. Welcome back to another episode of the Dig Deep, the mining podcast. And today's guest is Noora Ahola, who's the president, chief executive, and director of Mawson Finland, a gold development company working in the friendly jurisdiction of Finland, who are developing and advancing the Rajapalot Project in northern region of the country. Noora has a background studying in forestry, landscaping, and mining, and has developed strong experience with the Finnish environmental administration, apply environmental and other land use legislation for natural protection. She has been part of the Lapland Chamber of Commerce and Finnish Mining Association boards. In today's conversation, we're going to explore Noora's leadership journey, her insights on operating in Finland, and especially in their highly regulated ESG environment, community engagement strategies, and what's next for the company and project, including drilling updates, feasibility work, and full-scale permitting. Noora, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
Thank you, Rob. Very good. Thanks.
Good to hear. So, as we always start these podcasts off, I wondered if you can give us a little bit of background about yourself, about your career. Obviously, as I mentioned in the introduction, you were studying forestry, plus obviously a few other subjects. So I wonder if you can take us back to then and how your career's developed in the mining industry within Finland.
Okay. Thanks for the question. Yes, you told that, I'm a forestry engineer, and I've been studying also, I have a master's thesis in natural resources and other sciences. I have studied also quite a lot of environmental legislation, and that doesn't end. So it's kind of a constant studying while the legislation changes. After my studies, I spent a while in USA working for the forestry industry, and decided to come back to Finland, and ended up to work in the Finnish environmental administration for 12 years, actually. So I was doing a lot of nature conservation, different kind of land uses on the permitting side of things, both nationally and internationally. We had multiple projects with Swedish and Norwegian colleagues, and that's how I ended up eventually to the mining business. I think it was my experience related to everything, all the land uses, what happens in Lapland, including the reindeer herding and all these kind of traditional, also Sami issues in the north. We don't have Sami here in southern Lapland, but in the north. So yeah, it was a good background. I had seen a lot, and I was the regulator that time. So it was very, very interesting to jump into the private side of things and do it other way around.
Yeah. Obviously, you've risen through obviously technical and executive roles in mining. What foundational experiences, I suppose, has sort of shaped your leadership being the CEO of Mawson Finland?
Well, I think, of course, the experience where I worked with multiple different stakeholders in this area, not only within the authorities and ministries, but also all the communities who actually do something here in Lapland. It's a very large area, 1/3 of Finland, but then we have only less than 200,000 people living in here. So this is very sparsely populated area, but a lot going on here. So I think all of this, what I did, was it nature conservation or giving statements about the windmills or whatever, but the communication with the locals and understanding all the different things happening here. I think that's it. It's not a single experience or anything. It's just the whole big picture.
How was your time working directly, obviously on the Rajapalot Project before becoming the CEO, influenced your strategic vision?
Well, it does impact. I've worked with the Rajapalot Project for over 10 years now. And of course, as a local person myself, I'm part of the community and I talk to people all the time, but it has a great impact. I've seen during these past 10 years how people see us, what they feel about us, what do they want to know. And also I've been able to create the trust between these people. And that's how also the vision of what this will be in the future has kind of formed. Of course, we don't want to build up a mine which wouldn't be approved by the locals. So yeah, and I believe our shareholders, they share the same vision with me, that we're gonna build up a responsible mine which actually benefits the locals in the area greatly in the future.
I wonder if you can just give us an overview and a snapshot of Mawson Finland as a company.
Well, we are a relatively new company. We got listed last year in August to Toronto TSX Venture List. Well, we have gold Cobalt project here in northern Finland, Lapland. And we have a PEA, which was actually originally done under Mawson Gold in 2022. We updated the PEA in late 2023, but just for listing purposes. And we have 867,000 ounces of gold and 4,300 tons of cobalt, which is a critical raw material in Europe, especially. So yeah, we have a good PEA, nice resource, and we have been building that up now. And we drilled last winter and the winter before, 2 successful drill seasons behind us. And yeah, now we are analyzing the results and seeing what will come next.
Yeah, and I wonder if you can give us an update on the project, if there has been any results, any discoveries. I wonder if you can give our audience a little bit an update on that.
Well, we have of course new discoveries made during the way, new targets, I would say. We have tried to grow Rajapalot resource, what we already have, and we want to add ounces in the future, of course. We haven't officially updated the resource yet because we just received our final results in late June. So now we are definitely looking at those and decide whether we want to do the resource update now, even update the PEA, or even go to the pre-feasibility study. And that's all dependent, of course, of the results, but we are very happy to these 2 drill seasons what we had. The programs were successful and we got very nice step out, so we know that we have added ounces. And bottom of till program brought us few new drill targets as well, and these could be added, these possible discoveries to Rajapalot project as well. So it looks good. And yeah, so we are kind of doing the modeling and analyzing now inside the house, and soon, within a few weeks, we are able to make decisions on the official resource update.
Yeah. For those that are not too familiar with Finland as a mining jurisdiction, what are some of the advantages of working and having a project in northern Finland?
Well, like you said at the beginning, Finland is very safe and mining-friendly jurisdiction, especially northern Finland. We have 3 operating mines here, like Agnico Eagle, Kittilä Gold Mine, the biggest one in Europe. We have Outokumpu Chrome Mine, the only one in Europe. Boliden has operating mine in Sodankylä close by us. And then we have multiple very nice discoveries and projects going on, like Rupert Resources Ikkari project and Suhanko project. Anglo-American has Sakatti project in Sodankylä. So people here in the area actually know mining. They understand both exploration and mining. And there is a lot of workforce available. We have a great infrastructure, all the roads, power lines, everything is close by. Like our site, Rajapalot Project site is 35 kilometers from the capital of Lapland, Rovaniemi. So there is a paved road 4 kilometers away from us, and the hydropower station is 20 kilometers away from our site, and power lines even closer. So it's kind of very easy access and very available for all, and skilled people around us, because the mining industry is a big thing here in northern Finland.
Finland is part of the European Union and obviously has ambitious goals to increase its self-sufficiency in raw material production. How does this affect the actual development of your own project?
Well, it does. We know we have the cobalt, which is one of these critical and strategic raw materials for the European Union. And like cobalt, you cannot find it. You can find it from the north or from Congo. So it's not many places you can actually mine it economically. So it has a great value for us. And I think according to this Critical Raw Materials Act, we can get some benefits from preset timeframes for permitting. So it actually sets up a maximum timeline when your mining license application needs to be handled, which is very good. These timelines previously has been quite long in Europe and in Finland. And then there will be some other benefits, like available funds, which are kind of aimed and targeted for projects which could produce these strategic raw materials. The support from the EU Commission, of course, sets it on a very high level priority list nationally as well. And there are also national funds available in the future. One thing is that you need to apply for this strategic project label from the EU Commission to kind of get the status, and we are planning to do that next year. So, we are quite sure, because we know our cobalt resource is very good in the European level.
And mining obviously often provokes different reactions from local populations, and obviously, as you mentioned in your introduction in your career, that obviously you've been speaking to a lot of the locals. How does the company take local communities into account, and how does the majority view your activities in the area?
Well, this is very important thing nowadays. It's also nowadays we have some legislation and regulation which actually aims to get this social acceptance. I'm very happy that since the day one I came into the company, I saw that, and with the project, the local stakeholders had been involved from the day one. And it was kind of easy to jump in, because our geos had been working already for a couple of years with Rajapalot and the project. But I think the continuous, very close involvement you need to be very easily available. Everything needs to be transparent. And it's two ways interaction. You cannot just tell people what you are doing. You need to listen to them and give them answers and take them to the site and show them in practice and provide evidence if they have any hesitations, and then hear them if they have any concerns or any wishes. Of course, we try to fulfill these requests what they have, and in practice, like our office is open for the public every other Tuesday, and we do these kind of small things to make it very easy to come and see us in person, and not only send email and ask what's happening there. And I think people in the area, they have noticed that we do what we say, and we do it in a way we say we do it, and we also listen to their opinions and wishes. If they say that, okay, would you rather do this in June, not in May? So of course we can do that. So yeah, but it's constant and continuous learning and interaction both ways, and it's good. And that's how we have actually gained approval from the majority. We have at the universities are doing a lot of studies in Lapland, how people feel about mining overall and certain projects. So we have done very well. And well, of course, there is always someone who is against or opposed, but it's clearly the minority.
Finland has very strong ESG related regulation and standards. Is it difficult to follow and fulfill, obviously, those requirements?
Yeah, you are correct. Finland has very strict legislation, especially when it comes to mining business and taking care of the environment. And it's not only one or two laws that regulate this business. It's probably around 5 or 6 different legislation who you need to apply all the time to all your activities since the day one. So definitely there is a lot to learn when you start working in Finland, but when you know it throughout, it's actually quite easy and clear, and you start seeing how they connect to each others. And also in Finland, the different authorities, even if they are looking at just one law, they are speaking to each others, and there are working group and common meetings with all the authorities so that the legislation can be fitted together. So that's it. And then we have a big help for the companies comes also through Finmin, the Finnish Mining Association. So we created there a system, a standard like TSM Canada, but we build it also for the exploration companies. So it aims to do all the ESG activities better what the legislation actually requires. And you get a score, and this is all publicly available in Finnish Mining Association network websites. And it's also audited. The companies are audited every 3rd year, and annually we make the reports. So that's a good system. And then people can see, okay, these companies are really working and doing a lot above what the legislation requires. So it's a good system. It's in Finnish, and actually this year first time in English too. So it's a good one.
Mawson was granted the go-ahead into the second phase of the environmental impact assessment with Rambol in May 2025. What does this milestone mean for the project's timeline and risk mitigation?
It's very, very crucial and important milestone for us. Of course, it's we have left now one stage behind us. It's done, and we did it in a good way. And now we are kind of looking ahead and further develop this project. I think the EIA is not a small thing. It's a big report. You need to have enough. You need to collect also the technical data on a way to the end, and all the environmental data which you don't yet have. So you have very detailed studies, what we are doing at the moment, to get the information to actually assess the impacts. But this is very critical in the permitting sense, because you need to do the EIA to finalize your land use plans. And without these land use plans, you cannot, the mining license cannot be granted to you. So these are all connected to each other's. And well, we are hoping that within 2 years from this day, we would have our EIA done, and we would be ready to apply for a mining license. And yeah, we are doing all the technical development and everything on the way, but it's a big thing now, and but now we are able to do it finally.
As a recently recognised female director of the year in Lapland, how does diversity shape your leadership philosophy?
Well, well, I was of course very taken by this recognition. It was a surprise surprise for me. I'm not sure if this award has any practical effect on how I work in the future, but of course it encourages me to continue as I have worked before. Well, my philosophy has always been that everybody is equal. Actually, no matter what is the gender or task or title. So I just treat everybody as I wish everybody would treat me. So that's been my philosophy, and I don't think I'm going to change that. But one thing related to this female thing is that, of course, I hope to see in the future more women also in this business, because it's still quite male dominated industry. But always when I see women to jump in, they're like, oh, I didn't know, this is so fascinating and interesting. So I hope this reward will encourage someone to jump in and test the industry and business, how it looks like, and would it be suitable, because this is fun. And yeah, it's great people in this industry, and it's very nice to have a position like this. But no one would need me as a CEO if there wouldn't be a perfect team. So that's it.
Yeah, no. And lastly, and I suppose summarising, what are the next steps for the company in the project? I mean, it could be anything around drill results, EIA completion, which you've mentioned, feasibility study, obviously permitting. Just wonder what the next steps are and the outlook over the next 6 to 12 months.
Yes. Well, it's kind of, we are a bit dependent on always about the results. And like I said, we will analyze now and make inside the house modeling how our resource looks like. And hopefully we are able to update our resource after that and go towards PEA update or pre-feasibility study. We know that the gold price is very much something else what it was when we did the PEA. We did it with $1,700. So yeah, it's almost double now. So it's kind of, we know that the economics are there, and we want to grow the resource in the future too. We are starting to plan for the next drill season, and we are drilling in the winter time only in Rajapalot. So we have a few months time here to arrange that, and of course we always keep our eyes open what's happening around us and look for anything else which could interest us in our portfolio. So that's what we are doing, and advancing these permitting processes. That's a constant work for us, talking with the locals and these kind of things. But yeah, everything is permitted now. So all our areas and tenements the permits have been granted, so there is not much permitting to do either. Only these processes aiming at the next bigger permit, which would be the mining license then.
Yeah. Noora, really appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on the podcast and sharing your story. Obviously, talking to us about Mawson Finland and obviously the Rajapalot Project.
Yep.
And obviously discussing Finland as a mining jurisdiction as well. And wish you well for the remainder of the year, going into next year, obviously with the licenses and everything else that you're doing. If our audience wants to reach out to you, if they have questions, if they want to follow the story, how can they go about doing that? And what social media platform channels are you on?
Okay, well, they can find our contact information from our website, mawsonfinland.com. So there is mine and our executive chairman's contacts, phone numbers, emails, everything is there. And yeah, I'm glad to answer any questions. And if someone has any.
Yeah, great. We'll include those in the show notes, the company's podcast for easy access. So if any of our audience wants to reach out, they can easily do that. So thank you again. All the best for the remainder of the year. And perhaps you can come on the podcast sometime next year and give us an update.
Oh, that would be nice. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed that episode. As always, appreciate your continued support. Please keep sharing these episodes far and wide. And we want to educate the mining industry. Obviously, this particular episode was focused around Finland. So we want everyone around the world to know the different jurisdictions that this podcast does cover around the world. So thank you for listening. And until next time, happy mining.
Thank you for listening. Remember to reach out to Rob via the show notes and be sure to subscribe and leave a review. Until next time, happy mining, helping each other to improve the mining industry.